Hello, my name is David Hoyle and I'm a bass player working in the north of the UK. I play in two bands and do bits of depth work as it comes in and maybe do 70 to 80 gigs a year. I've been asked to do a quick review of a piece of kit that I've recently got hold of, and that piece of kit is the Xvive U2 wireless guitar system, and it's a cracking bit of kit, really. Yeah, it's priced at about £120 here in the UK, which firmly puts it into the budget wireless systems, but it really doesn't perform like a budget system at all. So what do you get in the box? Well, there's a instruction leaflet with the great Thomas Blug on the front. Now, these things are so easy to use that you really won't need to look at that, I wouldn't think. There's also a USB cable to charge both the units up. There's a battery inside each of the units and you need to charge them. The battery life, well, people tell me that they can go through 2 long gigs without recharging. Personally, I like to make sure that they're fully charged when I start to use them. So they all both charge at the same time from a single USB port. That's great. So you get a receiver unit, and that plugs into your amplifier, and you get a transmitter unit that plugs into your guitar. Very straightforward. On-off switch here on both units, so I'll switch them both on. There are actually 4 channels available on this system, so if you have a band full of people using this system, then you can all switch to different channels and make sure that you all come out of your own amplifiers. So I'll plug this into the amp and this into the guitar. Now, if you've ever seen me play, you'll know that I'm a Warwick bass player when I play live, as a general rule. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to be using this rather sweet mid-60s EBO. So here goes. What does it sound like? Well, if I've got this guitar out, I should really play. It sounds fine, and I'm just going to turn the amp down just a little bit. It sounds great. How does it compare to a good quality guitar lead? Well, let's A-B that. So all the controls exactly the same. Sounds great. There is a slight difference in tone between the wireless system and a lead, but there's nothing that you can't dial out at your amplifier, I'm sure. I'm an endorsee of Gallien-Krueger bass amps, and they're cracking bits of kit. I'm using a Gallien-Krueger Micro Bass 150 for this demonstration, and it's cracking. Now, the range on this wireless system is really very good. A little earlier on, I wandered around the house playing the guitar, and there was no drop in volume at all. There's no latency that I can detect at all. Had it not been raining outside, I would have had a wander up and down the street just to see how far it went. I hear that the range is around about 100 feet, which is more than most people would ever need. So it's cracking. It's a cracking system. Now, the reason why I'm using this guitar for this demonstration is this. When I've used it with one of my Warwick basses, I've got 3 Warwick thumbs that I use. 2 of them have the 9-volt, more modern 9-volt active preamp in them, and one has the older 18-volt active preamp. And every time I've used this wireless system with a Warwick, there's a high-pitched kind of whine that's constantly coming from the amp. Let me just give you a demonstration of that. I've got a Warwick just handy. There you go. Can you hear that? It kind of comes and goes, but it's kind of always there. Let me just give you a blast at kind of stage volume, and then you'll be able to see what it's like. That's kind of where I have it set to when I play on stage. Cracking amps these. On big stages, plug through the PA, fantastic DI from them. If you're playing with in a smaller venue, then it keeps up with loud rhythm and blues bands very admirably. Fantastic amps. But that whine with an active bass is a problem. Now on a Warwick, you can of course pull the volume switch, turns it into a passive guitar, but unfortunately that knocks out the tone controls on the guitar, so it's not really an option. So for that reason, I have tended not to use this wireless system overly much, which is a shame, I have to admit. It was the first wireless system that I've ever bought, and I was looking forward to not being tethered to the amp. However, still on the cables. So there you are. That's a very quick review of the wireless guitar system from Xvive. If you're using a passive bass, it'll be cracking. If you're a guitarist and you have a passive guitar, it'll be cracking. Now, if your bass is an active bass, then what I would suggest is that you really try the system out before you buy. Or maybe it's just a problem with Warwick basses. I don't know. I don't know that. I've only used them with Warwick basses. It may be just a problem with the output from the active system on a Warwick bass. Who knows? But if it's your thing, it's a cracking system, and if you buy one, I hope you really like it. But that's it for the review today. Thanks very much for watching. I hope to do some more gear reviews a little bit later on in the future. Certainly will if anybody asks me to. So if you want to keep in touch, then just click the subscribe button on YouTube, and that'd be great. So thanks for watching. Bye.